For the senior school now, it's working. This is where we have. This is what we have so far. And I'm not saying this is final because we are still working on it, but you can look at it and see it's working. So depending on the number of combination we had and what I've come up with, it looks very much workable. It looks very much workable. If I can come here and check, like you can see on Monday, biology will be taking place, computer, electricity, mental work, Swahili, history, and citizenship. Then physics will be taking place at the same time. Core maths and essential will be taking place. Then here we have chemistry, agriculture, general science, and building and construction. Then core maths and essential. Then physics and home science. Wow, it's working. It is working. Hi, good people. And then in my last video, I was talking about the software that we have. This software here, known as the Senior Schools Report software. And one of the things I was emphasizing on is that this software is able to break down so that it can give you details on how your learners have chosen their pathways. So it gives you the breakdown and also the combination. And one of the things I was showing you was it will be able to give you a report like this one here, that it can be able to show you that agriculture and computer, there are 4 students or 4 learners. Biology, chemistry, and physics, there are 3 learners. And these learners are from this data here. This is the data, and all this data we are getting it from that software. So you can see, apart from these are compulsory subjects, we're calling them the core. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 1, 2, 3, 4 learning areas, which are compulsory or core. Then we have these 3. So they have to select from these 3. So I was saying the software is able to be able to analyze, and then we get something which looks like this. So this also this one we are getting it from the software. So we can be able to see. Remember, this one were 26. If I can confirm, yeah, there were 26 learners, and the same is happening here. We also have a total of 26 learners. So the software is able to tell us. So we can be able to see how many combinations do we have. So this information is supposed to help us in now generating the timetable. So let me show you on how you can be able to generate a timetable. So let's do this. So this is how we do it. Yeah, you can go to Chrome and you type Timetable-master. Timetable-master. Remember, Timetable-master is AI generator, so it incorporates the use of AI in timetabling. And because in CBC, what I'm trying to develop is a timetable that has both CBC and has regular. So we want to see how the Timetable-master can be able to help us develop this timetable. So I'll be a little bit faster because of time. That is where we go. We have features. This is a landing page, Timetable-master, features, pricing, contact, and then you can just read through all this. But remember, it is online based and it's AI powered. Then we have get started and we have login. So for better results, you need to log in. So I'll click login, and here it's not asking me for credentials because I've already logged in using my details here. But if you are logging in for the first time, it can prompt you to log in. Just proceed, follow it, and just follow the procedure. Log in, create a password, enter your email, create a password, like that. Fuata tu zile maagizo up to the end. Then here we have this is the landing page. Because I've been interacting with this timetable, so you can see I've done so much with it. Maybe for you as it will be a little bit newer and different, but with mine I've interacted with it since for like a year now. So inside here we have the dashboard, my timetables, substitute and leave, calendars, users, masters, setting. Now all these ones, they're not that important. What is important is timetables, because we want to see if it can be able to help us to create a timetable for for the 844 and the other group, which is the senior school students or learners. Now here I've done a bit of I was trying to create some timetables here, quite a number. I've been doing quite a number. Now because of demonstration, I'll start a new. So for yours, when you come, you see you have 0 timetables here, 0 published, and 0 drafts. So the first thing you do is click new. Then it will ask you for timetable name. So we are saying sample 844. You can say 844 and CBE, or you can just say SS for term 1. That's term 1 2026. Now I can create this is the standard scheduling, and then there's student level scheduling. If we are scheduling for the student, for example, for those ones who are maybe in colleges, we can use this one. But for now, we just want to use the standard scheduling. I will create another video for student level scheduling, but let us now work with the standard scheduling. So you click this one, then you create a timetable. That's where it comes. Now it's created and ready. So the timetable details are sample 844 and senior school. So we click on it. You can offer some description. It can offer the session. If it is, you can say 2026 term 1. Its starting date, we can say it's starting today, and it ends when the term ends. So the term is ending on, that is April, should be 2nd there. So duration 2 months and 20 days. So you save that one. Then next is bell schedules. Come to the bell schedules. Here we have it will ask you if you have a weekly, that is the same schedule every week. That's what we are doing. So that's what we shall pick, and it's already picked. Then it's asking us for uniform schedule. That is what we are doing, not custom. So working days, we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Then we have periods. When are we starting our lessons? Now I'm using an example of the school I am in. So the first period in my school starts at 8:10, and it's for 40 minutes. So it goes up to 8:50. Okay, then we add another period. Is add here. So the second period we start at 8:50 to 9:30. You can see it can be able to. This one is AI generated, so you can be able to get whatever you are doing. So then we add a break here. We have a break of 10 minutes. It goes up to 40. Then you have another lesson which goes up to 10:20, which is correct. Have another lesson which goes up to 11, is correct. Then we have a break which runs from 20 minutes, like that. Yes, then that is it. Then we add another lesson which runs up to 12. Have another lesson which goes up to 40. Then here from 2:40 until 1:10, that's where we have our lunch. And then we have another lesson running from that one, that is up to from 1:10 to 1:50. We have another one running up to that one. Then we have another break which runs for 10 minutes. Yes, so it goes up to 40, sorry. Then we have another lesson which runs up to 3:20, and then we have the last lesson which runs up to 4, and then here we have games which goes up to 5. So up to 5 as the student leave. Now we can edit them very fast. We have our first lesson. This one is the short break, or we can just write S break. You can write S break. Then we have this one is just continue. This one is long break, or we can say tea break. Yeah, this one is lunch. Yeah, and then this one is is another break, another S break, and then finally this one is games. Okay, so that is how it looks like, and then we click save. Okay, then we have sections or grades, then we have faculties. So we have faculty. Sorry, I can come back a little bit, load it. This is what we are talking about. So we have faculties. Under faculties, that is where we have now our teachers. So you can import them. If you have so many teachers, you can download these. You can download these the call it the Excel file, and then you fill the data and then you upload it. But for now, because our names of the teachers are here, we have this teacher, we have this, but you can still add teachers manually by clicking here, add new user. So these teachers are the one, because I've been working with this. I told you the best thing with this software is AI, it uses AI, so it remembers almost everything that I've been doing. Therefore, it is easier to use. Very easy to use. So I'm adding all the teachers. If you have ever used it, then it will remember almost everything that you have been doing. So it makes your work easier. So those are the teachers. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 teachers. That's correct. Then we click save. And from there, we now move to the sections where we have now the grades. In this case, again, you can add new classes for those ones who have so many classes. This is where you can add. You can also have bulk. As I said, you can export an Excel file, fill the Excel file, then upload it here. But you can still add manually like that. But for those who have very few classes, like now we have Form 3. I have Form 4 East, and I have Form 4 West. Then for the grade, maybe I can only have one. Like here I have grade 10 East and West, but let us just say it's just one. So grade 10, just one. So this is G10. Then you create that class just like that. So it is here. So that's how we create classes like that. Then from there, very fast, I want to go to, now that one is done. Now very fast, we want to go to rooms. You can, if you have so many rooms, like you have the laboratory, you have like we can just check. We have like in our school we have the chem and biology lab. You can add it here. There are those classes like electricity, what they have their own lab. We have the physics lab. You can add it here. There are those subjects that they may require their specific rooms. For our case, we have biology lab and then we have physics lab. When I'm doing my scheduling, I can be able to assign that it gives them as their classes. Yeah, that is done again. Then we go to, that one is successful done. Then we, from there, those are rooms. Then we go to subject and activities. Now in subject and activities, here we're going to add all the subjects that we are teaching. The normal subjects plus any other subjects that we have. So in this case, because I want to add, and I want to add the bulk because I had already done this. There's a sheet I had prepared that contains all these subjects. I don't know if I can be able to find it. I had this one, the CBE subject. So I had done this. It has all the name of the subject. These are the subjects that we shall have. All these ones. So I want to upload them there. So I'll come and I want to use one as a way of also showing you how to upload. So I'll come back here and then Under here, then select the CSV file and then come to desktop. This is where we have it. It's under docs, and this is it. Then we open it, and then it says has 19, so we import all of the 19. There they are. So they just come like that. So we have core maths, computer science, physics, chemistry, electricity, agriculture, like that. I think those ones who are missing here, we have those ones who are missing, we can pick them down here. Like I want to confirm if there's geography. I don't know if there's geography here. I've not seen geography. Okay. Because we are combining the two, I don't know, I can confirm if this is Kiswahili. I can confirm that Kiswahili is not there. Then mathematics. Mathematics is there, but we still have, they have the two core maths, and then we have business studies. Yeah, just confirm that all the subjects are there. I don't know if we have series there. Okay, anyway, if there's any subject that may lack, we shall just simply come and pick it here. Yeah, for those one, we also have life skills. Life skills for 844. So remember, we are making a timetable for both 844 and this the senior school. So we also have English. I don't know if the English was there. It wasn't there. So anyway, the other one, we can keep on adding them when the need arises. So we save, then we come to lessons. Now this is where we schedule lessons. So we come here very fast. You can still add lessons directly from maybe an Excel file, but the best one is we go it manually, like add new. So we shall start with form. We shall go by form. So I'll be very fast, and I'll start with form. I'm looking for the data for the teachers, distribution of lessons. So we can start with form 3. Form 3 we have as follows. We have one, we have we can select the form, then select like now the first one I'm having here is agriculture and business. So that one belongs to a split group. So if it's one teacher or it's one group, you just leave it. But because this one, it has to be split. It's agriculture stroke business. So you select split group. Then the first group, we have agriculture. So you can call them the agri group. And this agri group are being taught by, the subject is agriculture. And they're being taught by, that is the faculty. This teacher here, that is the teacher who teaches that one. Then you have the second group. That is where now you can select the room. The second group, which is now the business, the BST group, which belongs to business studies. Yeah. Now this one are under teacher by the name Benson, like that. Then you click next. Then here you select how many number of lessons. They have four lessons. You can simply add all of them as singles. Then you create. Then you add another one. The second one is biology. So biology in the same class. Biology is also split because we have bio group. And this bio group, under the biology class, under biology, they are being taught by, that is, I'm the one teaching them. So that's me. And this biology group, they are together with physics group. They're together with the physics group, like that. And therefore, under physics, the physics group is under physics. The faculty teacher is Francis, like that. And the number of lesson in this case, we have 3 singles, and you add another one, we have one double, like that. Then we have another subject, which is chemistry. Chemistry is taught entirely by one teacher. So we just select the subject, chemistry, and then the teacher, that is Mamasi, like that, like that. Then it also has 3 singles and 1 double, just like that. Then we have another lesson, which is now here. There's a class meeting there in the same. We have a class meeting. I don't know if we picked that one. So we didn't pick it. So come here. Come to here where we have subject, and then look for class. This class meeting, this one we had not added, so we add class meetings, and then we come back. It's already added. I can confirm. Yes, it's there. So save and leave. So we come back here to the lessons. Then we add. It was from, that is from 3. They have a class meeting. The class meeting is conducted by, I think it's this teacher, and it's only one lesson. So it's one lesson. Okay. Then we have theory. Theory is also done entirely by one teacher. Theory in that class. So this is theory. You can call it theory of Christian religious. It is here. So Christian religious is done entirely by the same teacher, that is Rosa. Exactly like that. Then click next. It has 4 lessons. I can confirm. It has 4 lessons, all of them are singles. Then you create. Then another subject is English. English also done entirely by one teacher. Under English. Yeah, English is done by one teacher by the name Kamau Daniel, and it has English has 8 lessons. Yeah, 8 of them, like that. Then we have another one, which is Benson, which does history and geography. So history and geography for that class is under split. So split group, we have history. The history group under history and now we have history and citizenship, and we have history, the normal history and government. So this one belongs to the other system, so we shall have to confirm that we have under subjects, we need to add history and government, or just history, this one. So we add history and government. Okay. And then we go back, save and go back, so that we can proceed with our lesson. So that when we add in Form 3, we are adding the first group, that is history group. History group under history and government, not citizenship. The faculty here, the teacher, I want to confirm very fast. The teacher is Mwangi Atunasi, this one. And then we have the geography group. In the geography group, under geography lesson, under geography, they have another teacher Mwangi, but now this time it's Benson. They have 5 lessons. 5 lessons. Then we have Swahili is done by one teacher. Swahili is done by one teacher. So I don't know if, yes, we have it. We have Fasihi ya Kiswahili, and then we have Kiswahili. So the teacher is our deputy there. Yeah, and the lessons are in Kiswahili, there are 6. Yes, all of them are singles. Then we have another one that is Mathematics. We have mathematics. Mathematics is done by one teacher. We have mathematics. We have core, we have this, and we have mathematics. This one is done by Francis. I can confirm that is true. Then mathematics has 7 lessons. 7. Then we create that one. We still have PE. We still have PE, and then we have life skills. So with PE, we have 1 lesson for PE. So for the same class, we can do PE. Now, that is P. P is done by Dorcas, and it's only 1 lesson per week. Then we can have another one, life skill lesson. Life skill lesson in the same class. Life skill lesson. Life skill is done by. So I can just select life skill. Life skill is done by Joroge Mwangi. Yes, there are 2 when I write it's Mwangi. Yeah, this one. And it's also 1 lesson. No, so I've done for 1 class, that is from 3. And the same thing is supposed to be done with the. So now this one I have 47 total periods out of the possible 50 and 45 lessons because of the combinations. So this one I've done for that class. Then the next thing I'm supposed to do now is go to another class, so I can add another class. So I go to Form 3. Now Form 3 it will be a little bit, not Form 3, but the Form 4s. Now the current Form 4s. That one has been for the Form 3. Now I can do for the Form 4s. Now for the Form 4s, majority of them we can still add, so we come here. Now you select the 2 classes because we have East and we have West. So you tick East, tick West. Like the first one, we have agriculture, which combines both classes. So Form 4 East and Form 4 West, they are together. And then they co-schedule, that is, they come together. So the first group in this case is agriculture group. The agri group. And these ones, they select both of them. Subject, it is agriculture. And the faculty, that is the teacher, is Dorcas. And then we have the second group, which is the business group. Business group for the both classes. The under business studies. The faculty, that is Mwangi Benson. And they have how many lessons? They have 4 lessons per week. All of them are singles. That is how it combines. Then we can have biology for the same. Biology for the 2 classes. So we have they are co-scheduling, sorry. So that we have a group, we have the bio group. And then this section, that is bio and the 2 classes. So under biology as a subject, and they're sharing, that's between Francis. So with the bio group, that is me. And then we have the physics group. Physics group under the both classes, East and West, under physics. That one is done by Francis. So under this one, we have three singles, and then you add here, and then you add one double for the two classes. Then you have chemistry. Chemistry is done by one teacher. So what you do, you simply come add. And this one is done for one class. So we shall add one class. For example, in this side, we shall add, you can add west, then we shall go and add east on the other side. So it's done by one because we don't want it to appear on the same. So we shall add the western side here. So we can add the west. You can still add west and east. So west class is taught, that is under chemistry. It's a single, not split. And this one is done by Mercy. That's like that. And it has three singles, and then it has one double. Just like that. Chemistry is done. Then we have a class meeting, which is done by Francis. So we can add that one. We have a class meeting in the same class. That is the West class. It's done. We have a class meeting. Class meeting is usually done by the class teacher. Now, in this case, is Francis, and we schedule it every Tuesday after lunch. So it has one lesson, and I'll show you how to do it. Then we have CRE. CRE is also done by one teacher, but both the two classes, they appear at the same time. So, and when we add, we select, remember we select both classes. They are being taught by one teacher. So there's no co-scheduling. So we simply add the subject, which is in this case is Christian religious. That is CRE. And it's being taught by Mwangi at Tunasi, this one. And the number of lessons is 4 a week. And all of them are singles. Then we have English. Now, English is also the same as it's taught. Both classes are taught at the same time. So we have English on both classes happening at the same time. Being taught by the same teacher. That is Daniel. Number of lessons for English, there are 8 per week. Okay, so you create it like that. Then from English, you're going to history and geography. That one has 2 teachers. So it has 2 sections. It has 2 groups, so we co-schedule. Where we have the history group, calling them the history group. History group, the East and the West. The first one is the history. Now we have 2, history and citizenship. I explained history and citizenship is for the senior school. But for this one, you have history and government. So we have history and government, and the teacher in this case is Rosa. And then we have the geography group, and the geography group for the 2 classes, that is the geography. The teacher is none other than Mwangi Benson. And this one, they have 5 lessons. Okay, then we have Kiswahili. Kiswahili is Kiswahili, they're happening at the same time, being taught by one teacher. They are combined at that time. So Kiswahili is happening, it's Kiswahili, not Fasihi Kiswahili. And the teacher is Phyllis, and she's doing all of them at the same time. And the number of lessons are 6. Sorry. Then we move on to, we have life skills. We have one life skill for the West class. Remember, I'm dealing with the West class first. I have one for life skill. Life skill is being taught by one Faith, and it's only one lesson. And then we have mathematics, also done by Faith for the West class. Then for the East, we have another teacher. So for the West class, mathematics, and then it's the pure mathematics. So the one for 844 is being done by Faith, and it is 7 lessons. And then lastly, we have P for the West class. Yeah, P for the West class. That is P. This one is done by Rosa. Done by Rosa, and is a single lesson. So that is it. We have for that one. We can now add for those ones which are missing for we can now go to the East class. Now in the East class, because they are sharing a lot of them, so it's only chemistry, life skills, and mathematics and PE, which they are not sharing. So that's the one we shall add for the East. So for the East one, we have chemistry, because the teacher is different. The teacher is teaching them differently. So that is the same teacher, but teaching them at different times. So Mercy, that is the teacher. Then we have 3 singles and 1 double. Okay. Then the same East, they have a class meeting done by Faith. So for the East, they have a class meeting. I'll call it a class meeting. And this class meeting is done by Faith. Remember, I said class meetings usually happen on Tuesday in the afternoon. That is lesson number 7, immediately after lunch. Now, we also have, apart from the class meeting, we also have life skill, which is done also by Madam Faith. Life skills for the East class. We have a life skill, and this life skill is done by Faith. It's also 1 lesson. And then the other one is mathematics, which is done by Francis, and then PE done by Rosa. So we have mathematics for the East. We have mathematics, which is done by Francis. And this one has 5 singles and 1 double. And then we have a P, which is done, the last one, which is a P, which is the Eastern. We have a P, which is done by, so we have P, which is done by Rosa, like that. Okay. Now I've done that, and I think I've finished with the 844. Now we can move on to how to add for the senior school. Now for the senior school, we need some data. And with me here, I have some data here. This is sample data that I've collected where we have students. And this data is coming from the software that I showed you earlier. So this is the data we have. And it's also showing us like the subjects, the core subjects, whatever the number of learners who are taking those subjects. Apart from that, the very same software is also able to break down the combinations that we have. So like agriculture, computer, and home science, we have 4 learners. Like that, up to Christian, religious, Farsi, and history, we have 1 learner. So these are the subjects we're going to play around with, so that we can be able to see how the best we can be able to come up with a timetable. So looking at this, you can see there are so many combinations here. And these combinations are coming from that the program I had shown you earlier. Now, for us to be able to formulate this timetable, we need to come with groups. We shall create groups. Now, I've tried to look at this. These are 16 combinations that I have here. So this 16 combination, they are only for the option. Remember, you have the compulsory, the 4 compulsory one, plus the ICT, plus P plus PPI. Those are we call them the core subjects. But we also have this one, the other 3, which they're optional. So the learners have to select. So these are the combination that I have. So from this combination, I can create groups. So this is the group. Looking at this is the group I've formulated. And in the first group, I'm calling them the biology group because they're being led by biology group by biology, but I can still remove biology. I don't need to call them biology group. I've tried to create a group like that. So in the first group, I'm saying if I can be able to take biology, computer, electricity, mental work, CRE, Fasihi, and history to be in the same group, so that biology can only clash with chemistry and physics, but those ones are not here. Now this one, why I'm coming up with biology can only clash with the chemistry and physics is basing on the data that I have here. That here there's a student who is taking biology and also chemistry. So I'm trying to separate them. So I have not seen a student who is taking biology at the same time doing computer like that. So biology and computer and electricity, metalwork, CRE, FASI, and history, they can occur at the same time very comfortably. Okay? They can occur at the same time very comfortably because computer studies can clash with physics and chemistry, and also it's not there. Then the second group, I'm now starting with chemistry, agriculture, general science, then building and construction. This one is also based on the same combination that I have. Chemistry can only clash with biology, physics, computer studies, and home science, depending on the record that I have. But none of those are in this group. And then the last group is physics and home science. And in this case, I'm putting physics and home science because I've not seen any learner here who is taking physics and also taking home science. So remember, you can only come up with those groups after looking at the data of the students as they come in. So now, because we have all this, now we have this data, and then we also have this data, the 2 of them. Now we can comfortably move on and create a timetable. So let us move on. So we add the first lesson. We shall start with the core subjects. Remember, each one of them have 5 lessons. So we select. Now we are in grade 10. So we proceed to grade 10. We can start with the first one, the core ones, the compulsory ones. Yeah, and we know the compulsory one. So we can start with the common one, English. English taught by the same teacher, Kamau. And in this case, English has 5. Remember, all of them have 5. Huh? So have 5. That is, then we can confirm if we have Kiswahili in terms of where we have Kiswahili sign language or the normal Kiswahili. But we shall just add grade 10. Grade 10, we have Kiswahili. You can say fasihi ya Kiswahili in this case. The teacher is Kabuga Phyllis. 5 lessons. Then we also have, apart from that, we have mathematics. Now, with the mathematics, we can either have core mathematics or have essential mathematics. So in this case, we shall add both of them, and we assume that they run at the same time. So we shall split this group so that we have mathematics for the STEM. So we shall have core maths. Shall have core maths. This is core maths, and also which will be done by, that's me. And then we shall have we're gonna have essential maths. You can call it the e-maths. E-maths, which can be done by any other teacher. That is essential mathematics, which can be done. We are so many teachers, we can give it maybe to one of the teachers like that. Okay. Now they also have 5 lessons so that they can appear at the same time. We also have the CSL, that's Community Service Learning, in the same category. If I can confirm, we have the CSL. So CSL is also coming in, and this community we can give it to any teacher. We can, let's say, for example, in our case, I can give it to Rosa, the CSL, and this one are 3 lessons like that. Okay. Apart from that, so we can confirm how many we have. So we have English, we have FASI, we have mathematics, and then we have CSL. So those are compulsory, but we can still add more. Like we have the ICT. We have the ICT. For the same grade, we have ICT. Now ICT is done by, you can give it one of the teachers like that, because there are only 2 lessons in that ICT. We also have P, just saving, then add, can continue adding. We have, good, I was just adding so that it can update. We also have the same grade. We also have P as a lesson. And in this case, we can give it to one of the games teachers, say Benson. And with P, there are only 3 lessons. Okay. Then we have PPI, that is pastoral program. With PPI, it's 1 lesson. So PPI, can give that PPI to Francis. Okay. It's also 1 lesson. So I think we have put all of them. ICT is there, P is there, PPI is there. I don't know if I've forgotten any, but I think all of them are there. You can just confirm. The English is there, FASIHI, Core Mathematics and Essential by 2 teachers, CSL, ICT, P, and then PPI. Okay. Now we can proceed and now add our groups. I had already listed the groups and I will inform you about the groups. So we can add now the grouping in the same group. So you can start with the first group. These are split groups. So in this split group, the first group, we have biology, computer, electricity, mental work, CRE, fasihi ya Kiswahili, history, and citizenship. All of them will come in the same group. Now, fasihi is it can be compulsory if, for example, in our case, it's compulsory because we are put it in the group of compulsory because it doesn't have so many. So we can remove Kiswahili, fasihi ya Kiswahili from this at this level. So we shall have our first group, and in the first group, we shall have biology, the bio group, which under biology, they'll be taught by they will be taught by Idua. And then another group, we have the computer group. The computer group under computer studies. Computer group will be taught by maybe me. Then we have another group. We have electricity group, elec group. Now elec group and electricity be taught by Francis. Then we first add another group. This group known as the mental work. Can just call them the MW group. MW group, and the metal work. We can just say they're being taught by Peter. We're just saying that. We still have so many groups, so we can add another group. And this group, we can call it the CRE group under Christian religious, which will be taught by Rosa. Then we still have history and citizenship. So we still have another group, that is history group under history and citizenship, like that. And in this case, this one, they'll be taught by Mwangi Tunasi. That is the final for that group. Yeah, those are it. So we click next, and those are 5 lessons, and then we click next. So that is a group. Then we'll add another group. Now the second group, in this second group, it will have the first group is chemistry. Chemistry group. We can just call them the chem group. Under chemistry. Under chemistry. And the faculty in this case, we can give it to, let's say, Mercy. Then we have another group, the Greek group. Remember, all this one will be appearing at the same time. The Greek group will have Gidua. Sorry, under agriculture, we have the faculty Gidua. And then we have another group that is general science. We add a group here. General science. We can just call it the GS group. In the general science. This one they will be taught. I can give it to Faith. We teach general. And then we have the last group, building and construction. B C group. And building and construction. So building and construction, you can give it to somebody you haven't given. You can just give it to somebody like Phyllis. Okay. It is the last one in that group. All of them have 5. And you create that group. Then the last group, in the same category, we have these 2 of them. That is physics group under physics. And this one, they can be taught by Faith. And then we have the HS group, that is home science group under home science. And this one, they can be taught by Rosa. And all of them, they have 5 lessons. Now, so we have created groups. Okay, so these are the groups for all that. For the 844, they are working for the same, they're working under the same timetable, but you can see how. So what you do next is you save. These are the unscheduled etc. So now we can move on. We open the timetable, and this is how it looks like. And therefore, you just click generate. After you have confirmed that everything is working, click generate, and then you wait. Remember, I say this one is AI. It uses the AI to be able to plan your lessons. So let us wait for it to finish until it does the optimizing and distribution and also the consistency. It's now at 99.55%. Just give it a few seconds. We'll be able to finish making the timetable. So 142 have been scheduled, 0 have been unscheduled. So which means it's a good one, it's working. Boom, and there it goes. So that's how our timetable looks like. Then we can do some settings because I can see some errors a bit, but I'll do some settings there. So we come to I want to do something here. You can view this timetable by simply coming to download or export. Then you can, that's for class, we can do the class combined or individual. So you can do the class individual so that you download and check how it looks like. Sorry, download and check like that. So for the form 3, it looks like that. Maybe there's just an issue here where it's crossing. I'm going to rectify it, and also here and here. But you can see how the timetable looks like. Even for the grade 10, that's how it looks like. So we're going to do some settings on it so that it looks good. That is first. So we can do some setting. I just wanted you to look at it. Remember, even in grade 10, they don't have lesson number 10. So that's why you can see some gaps here. It's because it is distributing up to lesson number 10 here. So I'm going to go back and then do some settings so that you can see what. Now we come to settings. Under settings, there's one setting here that avoid breaks in multi-period lessons. So activate this one and save. Also, I want us to come back to bell times here. Not bell time, sorry. I want us to come to sections. Then on the sections, I want us to assign some rules here. Like in form 3, there's some things that I don't want them to be done. No, sorry, in form that is in grade 10, just click here. I don't want lesson number 10 to be scheduled. So we cross it like that. So that doesn't schedule for that, okay? So I sum up to there. Then we also come back to our faculty. Not faculty really, but in our come to our subjects. This is where I was looking for. Come to our subject. A subject like P, this one. P should be a lesson before break, okay? So we come and click here. We want to come to a lesson before break. So this is the lesson we allow it to be here. So it should not be here. It can come the second lesson because they're going for a small break. They should not be here also, but it can come here so before they go for a break. And then it should not be assigned here, okay, before a break. So it can be assigned here because after this one, they'll be going for lunch break. And then this and this should not be assigned like that. So those are some of the settings we are making so that like now the PPI, for the PPI, it's supposed to be only on Friday morning. This is the only time it should be. So we close everything here, close everything here, close everything here, close everything like that. Then close so that we leave only Friday. Now we are trying to make it better, applying some settings here and there. So, and then that way, so that PPI will only be Friday in the morning. I don't know if there's any other, but those settings. Class meeting, we have said it should be only on Thursday, on life skills and class meeting. So for the class meetings, they are usually on Tuesday. So it should be on Tuesday. So we close everything and we leave Tuesday, close everything and leave Tuesday after lunch. This lesson here, this one here. So we close and close and close like that, and close all this like that. So it's only Tuesday from 13:10 to that. Now you can do all that. You can do all those. Like now the life skills, you can also give it time. The library, you can give it time. The CSL, you can give it time depending on how we want it to be. So now let us try and do it again and see how the new one shall look like after we have done all those changes. So we regenerate again. See, so it's generated. So again, we wait for it to optimize. So it's at 99.53%. Wait for it to optimize. Now, always remember this one is AI generated, so it can work in any way you want it to be. Settings will all depend with the school, the capacity of the student, the number of combination you have, how you want it to be. You can even schedule it. Remember when I started, I showed you how you can even schedule it to have for the learners, specifically for the learners. It's used in colleges and campuses, so it can still work, and it's AI generated. So there we go. So we can look at now. I think the majority of the conflict has been resolved. Now I want us to look at now how the timetable looks like. So we can simply come here and we export it in class-wise, combine or class-wise individual. You can even have the teachers individual. So for the class, I want us to look at the class. So there we go. Wow, that's nice. For these small things we are having here, you can still, like now, lesson number, in our school, lesson number 7, it's supposed to be only for the life skill. I'm supposed to close for the other ones so that it fills this gap. So you can set it the way you want. So for the for the form 3s, it's looking good. Form 4 is looking good. Form 4 West looking good. Remember, I told these spaces is because of here. This lesson number 7 is only supposed to be for class meetings and life skills. This one. So English, Kiswahili not supposed to be, chemistry not supposed to be. So those are the 3 will fit here, here, and here. If I close them, if I close lesson number 7, all this one will be distributed here. So I think it's working now. Now for the senior school, now it's working. This is where we have. This is what we have so far. And I'm not saying this is final because we are still working on it, but you can look at it and see it's working. So depending on the number of combination we had and what I've come up with, it looks very much workable. It looks very much workable. If I can come here and check, like you can see on Monday, biology will be taking place, computer, electricity, mental work, Swahili, history, and citizenship. Then physics will be taking place at the same time. Core maths and essential will be taking place. Then here we have chemistry, agriculture, general science, and building and construction. Then core maths and essential. Then physics and home science. Wow, it's working. It is working. So otherwise, thank you very much. And maybe before I leave, I can show you even how to get the one for each teacher. It's here, down here, you can download for individual teachers so that you can check. So again, I can, for the individual teacher, that is the first one is Masi Tanui. Those are the lessons. You can see it showing all the lessons that Masi has, all of them here. Then we have Kiari Faith, showing all the classes, where she has the class meeting, where she has the general science, where she has the essential maths. So it's combining 844 for form 4 and also for grade 10. So it's combining. So it actually informs you where and where. So again, also, if you check for Tongi, Rosa, it's showing that has Kiswahili here, that is Siari here, Home Science here, yeah, like that. So these are the individual, these are what we call and it's combining both 844 and it's combining both 844 and senior school. That's why it's written here. That is 844 and senior school combined. So from here now you can do the printing, can send to the teachers, etc. So otherwise, thank you very much. And this, I repeat once again, I say the timetable is online, but you can do a registration for you to be able to access it for more. I explain about accessing it, the higher package of it, so that it can do better things for you. Otherwise, be blessed. And if you have any question, my contact is in the description. Be blessed and bye-bye.